spinning. All right, we're live. Hey, howdy, hey. Happy New Year, everybody.
Hey. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome, everyone, to the first Now That's Disney Dad show of 2021. 2021.
2021.
A new year, a new show.
Yeah.
And it will go quick, and COVID will be out of here by 22.
Yeah.
Hopefully by within this year. Welcome, Scott Feldmar, to Now That's Disney Dads, one of our new crew members here.
Thank you, guys.
Show. Yeah, man. Thanks.
Building the crew.
We're building the crew.
Building the crew.
We also have RJ Kisma, who couldn't be with us tonight, and I want to send some love out to him and some prayers. I know his grandmother had an emergency earlier today, so. But RJ, love you, buddy, and hope everything's okay. So, but Chris just dropped off. Scott's our newest member here, and hopefully, with adding more people, we can do more shows in 2021 with Now That's Disney Dads, man.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well,
maybe
Chris needs the code. Let's see. Something happened to Chris. Let me log in here, get him the code, and send it to him.
He hit the wrong button.
I think he closed out. Yeah, 805.
The eject button.
Let me open up Messenger. He was just. Oh wait, I think I hear him. There he is.
I just got kicked out.
Yeah, that was weird.
You hit the eject button.
I hit the. I don't know. Well, we have Charter internet, and that's been horrible lately. So, it's been pretty rough. I don't know. I just got ejected.
Bam.
The eject button.
I'm shuffling us around.
I like it.
I was ready to send you the code there. That's what I got all nervous. I started sweating, and I don't know what happened. It could be the alcohol. It could just be I'm nervous or fat. I don't know.
It's been a while. It's been a little while. I'm wearing my daughter's T-shirt, so
I know, and it looks good on you. Though.
I know. It's one of my Christmas gifts here. I gotta
Definitely no pipe arms going on tonight.
No, well, it's definitely not a WDW shirt because I would sweat through this already there when we go. So that's not happening.
There's no way you can be sweating where you are. It's got to be cold as anything.
Right.
No, I think right now it's 25 degrees out and we have about 2 feet of snow in the front yard. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got about the same temperature, but no snow right now.
Yeah.
Nah, snow is nothing here.
No, no. We got dumped on pretty good. We got a good 2 snowstorms. So,
wow.
The thing is the people know how to drive there.
Yes. We're we have our ebb and flows. Like the first snowstorm, a lot of runoffs, and then like no snow happens for like another month, and then another snowstorm, a lot of runoffs. So it comes and goes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I try to stay off the roads.
I don't blame
when
you.
It snows, yeah. If anybody's watching us out there, please share us out. I don't know if you guys did, but I shared us out to Now That's Disney, to my news feed. We're streaming, to the page. You know what? I don't think I did. I don't think I shared us out to the Now That's Disney Dad's new Facebook group. So let's.
I did it.
Oh, you did it. Okay, cool.
I did it. I was while we were in the little intro. I got the link and tied her all up. I just was double checking. We're in. We're golden.
Thanks. Look at us. And StreamYard supposedly added some other cool features, which I don't know how to work yet, but they do have now that you could change the thing around your name in the comments, so it's no longer just a block. You could do like a circle, just like a bubble. So pretty cool. We're moving up in the world here.
So who can we see is on? Can we see if anybody's
I know that John Bowser and JB Bowser, Denise George Gonzalez are watching. JB Bowser, she said you did. Yeah, she said you did. Yeah, so welcome. Happy New Year. Looks like we have one like. So out of the 3 of us, only one of us gets a like. I'm not sure who it is, and we have 6 people watching so far.
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
The Bowsers, they saved us on our July vacation. So
that's right.
They saved us. They booked pretty much all of our stuff for us when we were camping, and we had no cell service, and everything else was the whole world shut down because everybody was trying to log in and get park reservations for Disney, and they hooked us up. They saved us. Sweet. So, and they just are starting to book their trip for August of 21. So they're
sweet.
Yeah, they're doing beach club for six nights.
Oh, nice resort. Cheers to the Bowsers. Right?
Cheers.
It's very nice of them to do that for you.
Yes.
So Chris, do you have an RV?
We don't have an RV. I have a travel trailer.
That's the same thing.
I'm a bumper puller guy. Yeah. So we have a camper. We have a camper. We'll go camper.
Yeah. I have a 5th wheel. I don't have a motor coach. I have a 5th wheel, toy hauler, but
there we go. Yeah.
No
toy hauler, just a straight up bunkhouse. Push a button and everything happens.
I needed to get a toy hauler just so I can pull my golf cart, put that in the back, and then when we get to the location, we can take that out, and it becomes the kid's bedroom. And that's where they can mess everything up and leave my wife and I alone.
Who is this?
This is Ava.
Hey, Ava.
Where are you?
Dad's wearing your shirt, Ava.
I'm wearing
yeah. Where'd she go? She's hiding.
I don't know. You gonna say hi?
Hi, Ava.
Say hi. No, we're not. Okay.
No,
all right.
I'm surprised.
Oh, it scared me.
Yeah.
Hi, Ava. I saw your video earlier with you and your sister. Oh, here she is. I saw your video earlier with you and your sister talking about the Big Fat Panda pin.
What? You're a Big Fat Panda?
No, he's not Big Fat Panda, but we had the pin.
But I saw your pin, right? And
I saw what color it is.
Water has memory. That was very cool.
Is it pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you like Frozen 2, the movie?
Oh, yeah. And Olaf says water has memory, but
That's
it
right.
does.
It really does. Right. Yeah. I like that part.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Me too. And my favorite part is when he said that funny part when he said that when he didn't say Kristoff, he said something. Now it's like a different name. That's funny.
It is funny.
Good job,
Kiddo.
Yeah.
All right.
Great job.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing with my toys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I play with the couch too.
Oh.
And the carpet.
Okay.
And I used the little holes in the couch.
All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep doing this. You gonna go back upstairs?
No, I want to stay
Yeah.
here down here.
Well, you got to go back upstairs. That's like, remember, like we did rock paper scissors for it. Here, take your Mickey Mouse cup.
You cheated.
Go.
Yeah.
You cannot see me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
cheated.
we can't see you.
Can she hear us?
No, she could not.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's a good thing.
You cheated. Rock,
Mm.
paper, scissors. Guaranteed.
Yeah, totally. I did. Yeah, yeah,
I'm surprised. My 2 girls are upstairs. I said, "Don't come down."
yeah.
Don't
Don't.
calm down.
Well, that's usually the rule, but this one's
Yeah.
breaking the rules.
That's
So-
all right. I could hear Colton from here.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, that's funny. That's
It's,
why.
hey, listen, that's why we're now that's Disney dads, man. We
Pretty
know
much.
we know what it's all about, you know.
I'm glad. I'm just glad to know. See, Chris and I are going to get along real well since he's got a travel trailer. He has an RV, camps.
Right.
You know, we
I-
used to
Right.
we used to tent camp, and then my wife and I, and then once I showed her a fifth wheel, that was it. Never got back in the tent.
Oh,
So I was a third wheel at one point in my life, but never a fifth wheel.
That's funny.
Oh, hey, there she is. Hi, honey.
hey, there's Kim. Hi, Kim. Yeah, no, we
Right, Kim?
we went from a tent to Afghanistan, and I said never again. And then we went to a hybrid type camper with a pop out ends, but like normal camper. And then we went to the one we have now. So
What do you have?
we have a Freedom Coach Express, 29 footer.
Nice, very
We want-
nice.
We want something a little bit
Hey,
bigger.
Donald.
We want the
There
couch.
he is.
Hey,
Oh,
Donald.
yeah, that's right. Santa is watching right now.
Hey, Donald,
Yes.
how are you?
Donald is very close friends with Santa Claus himself.
Yes. He may have had the hookup for Santa to call our oldest daughter Ava and our youngest oldest daughter Addie and youngest Ava. So
Nice.
they got a
Yeah.
little Christmas Eve call.
Donald's got a lot of connections. So what's been going on, man? It's an early on in the year, but we haven't had many shows, and because it's hard with schedules. But again, that's why we got Scott with us now and RJ in the future, and we want to get together more often and talk Disney and fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that Scott Ferriel can. He'll have something come next October.
There
Right.
we go.
I'm trying to get into Disney again. Chris? Did you see the videos of when we brought everybody through the campground for Halloween?
No, I did not.
So we did that on Now That's Disney. But it's what they do for Disney. There were some people, they rent out 2 sites. They don't even put a camper on them. They leave their camper like out in the overflow, and they just decorate both sites. The one site was a full carnival
Holy cow.
roller coaster. Like it was crazy.
It was really cool. So Scott and Colleen and the girls were there and drove around in a golf cart live while we were on Now That's Disney, and it was great.
I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we had always watched videos of like people decorating and stuff, but to have it live like that night was just
That's
excellent.
cool.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want to go back, but for the campground, it was like we stayed there from the 29th to the 8th. So it was like $1,200. That deal that Scott had on the other day for Bay Lake Tower
Oh
That was
yeah.
insane.
for 6 nights for $975.
Yeah.
That's like I don't have to pull my camper and spend $600 in fuel, plus another, $1,300 to stay at the campground. That was an unbelievable deal.
That's
So,
crazy.
Yeah.
God can put them together.
Yeah. Scott's got these awesome deals going, and he and Now That's Disney to have posts come to the group, they've got to be pre-approved. And he messaged me. He's like, you could take down the post about Bay Lake Towers. He's like, it's sold already. So that deal went quick.
He said he was thought it was me gone in under an hour, and it lasted 5 hours, and he was shocked by that.
Yeah. Donald,
But no.
I'm there right now. Meet me over at Geyser Point. I'm sitting here waiting for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Actually, he's getting us a table right now. There's a
Yeah.
small wait. I don't know if you can see anybody, but it's a small wait right now to get in.
There's not many people here.
That's where I love the Wilderness Lodge. The Wilderness
Yeah.
Lodge is by far, if I'm not staying at the campground, I will stay at Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah. Geyser Point was built after we
Oh.
stayed there, but I've seen so much footage of Geyser Point and it looks awesome.
That's where Colleen and I, when we got engaged in '97, that's where we stayed at the Wilderness Lodge. And
Nice.
And then you got remarried on Disney property, right? At the Luau, or where were you?
no. So what we did is we got engaged. So 97, October of '97, we went to Wilderness Lodge, and I had it all set up with Disney. It was a complete fiasco because my grandmother died the day before, or that night. So we were supposed to leave to go to Disney, and we get a phone call 3:00 in the morning that my grandmother passed away, and I had everything arranged with the luau that they were going to pull us up on stage. They were going to, everything was all set up so I could ask Colleen to marry me, and I was freaking out, like, what am I supposed to do? And then people are saying, just go. There's nothing you can do. Your grandmother will be here when you get back, just at the grave. So we went, and that night at the luau, I asked her to marry me. So fast forward to last year when we were there, I brought Colleen over to the luau and the kids so they could see where Mom and I got engaged.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
So, and that's what that picture was. That was when
Right.
I just reenacted. It was during the day. There was no one there except a couple of workers, and the workers were like, "Yeah, come on in." And when they heard what was going on, they were so awesome.
That's cool.
That's the magic of Disney, man. That's yeah.
So that was 97, you said?
That was 97.
I was a freshman in high school. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, thanks, bro.
97?
Yeah.
I graduated in 91.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dave, you got that eject button?
Yeah. There it is, just like that.
You know what? It's funny because he's still wearing his senior shirt.
My daughter's shirt.
If I try to put that on right now, I'd be suffocating.
Dad, why don't you ever wear the Christmas shirt we got you? There's a reason why.
Yes.
That's funny.
That's right.
That's funny because
but it's long history of Disney. So I started going in 74. 1974, I went with my parents in our motorhome, and we stayed in the 800 loop across from the one trading post that's there, and that's where the bonfire is, where they have the outdoor movie theater and all that stuff. But when did you guys start going?
Chris, how about you? Did you go young or did you go
No.
later?
My first Disney experience ever was Disneyland, and that was in 2002. And then my wife drugged me there on her honeymoon in 2009, and I was irate.
Really?
I was overseas, so I was in Iraq. I proposed when I came home. She set everything up, and she's like, "Hey," and so when you call on a satellite phone, you got like a good delay in between trying to talk. So you kind of say what you want to say and then just stop. And then after you hear a couple, seconds of silence, you start talking. And she's like, "Hey, I planned out our honeymoon." I'm like, "Oh, awesome. Where are we going?" And I'm thinking like Punta Cana, like Aruba, Jamaica. I'm thinking like this amazing, like I'm going to have my own bungalow. She goes, "No, we're going to Disney World." And I was on the, I just was cutting in and out with, I'm like, "That is ridiculous. I am not going to spend something, and she's like, yeah, pretty much. And she's like, all right, but we'll go to the Bahamas. I was like, "How are we doing that?" And she's like, "Oh, we're going to go on a cruise." I'm like, "All right, game on." She goes, "But it's a Disney cruise." Again, I lost it. I was like, "This is ridiculous."
That was the best cruise of your life.
It was. So the first 4 days at Disney World, I was amazed. I was astonished. We got on the boat, and then some guy, we're eating breakfast, was like, "Hey, you guys ever heard of Disney Vacation Club?" And I was like, and at that point, I was like, "What is that?
What's this?
Like, this whole place is magical."
Like Jack Skellington. What's this?
What's this? What is this? What is this you speak of?
I need to buy
And so literally, like, because then, like, I was still in shock that somehow I dropped my bags off at our airport and they showed up to my room, and I was like, "Oh no." So then, of course, and then we get on the cruise ship, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to drag this bag through the whole cruise." Like, no, it just shows up at my door, like in my room. My bed's made. Some guy like, so I'm like, all right, so we'll go check out this Disney Vacation Club. Well, before we knew it, we bought 160 points into Bay Lake before we got off the ship. They're like, "Oh, this is a second mortgage for you." I'm like, "I don't even own a house yet, but I have a vacation club." So, so here we are, two contracts into it, and we go to Disney. We go something Disney at least every year.
Right.
If not, we rent our points and we do something through RCI. So it forces us to vacation. But yeah, we've been going regularly since 2009 now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Just want to say hi, Jillian. Hi, Mary Beth, for tuning in.
Hi, thanks for tuning in.
Everybody else, yeah.
Hi, guys.
I was old. Kim went when she was a child several times. I was 29, I think, the first time I went to Disney World.
Yeah, it's about my age.
Yeah, I was older.
26.
So I didn't get to experience it as a kid. And but man, that's we didn't take long before I fell in love.
So your wife drug you like she drugged me, because my wife went all the time as a kid. They went every spring break.
Kim and I didn't go until Colton was like going on 5. So
oh wow.
I had gone previously, before Kim. And then, when I had mentioned it to her, when Colton was going on 5, I said we should take him. And there was a little hesitation from her. And then after that first trip, that was it. She was bit again, like after a child, after seeing it as an adult, and then also having him there, to experience it as a family. So
that's so cool.
It's crazy how. So when I started going in '74, I mean, I was born in '68, so right. I'm old. Besides being old, thanks, Chris, for pointing that out.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say it. I was born in
'73. I'm there with you, man.
But
83, no big deal. I mean,
I look like I'm 39, so I got.
Yeah, you're
I
good.
feel like I got to cut my hair. I think I got to come into this bald here. I'm not really sure what's going on right now.
I just shaved my head before. I just shaved my head earlier today. But when we started going in '74, it was just the Magic Kingdom. So when we walked in, I mean, when we took the boat from the campground over to Magic Kingdom, so there was the Contemporary, Polynesian, and Fort Wilderness, and that was really it. And when I took the boat over, and we get off the boat and you're right in front of Magic Kingdom, and it's like, oh my God! And when we walked in, I was like, holy,
mind's blown, right?
This is unbelievable, because everything, all the animatronics that were back then were so far in advance.
Oh yeah.
That it was just like you couldn't imagine. And now today, now to see, bringing my kids today, I mean, look, I've been there so many times at Disney World, and just to see the evolution of how it's evolved is amazing. And I love being able to bring my kids there. And we have the videotapes as they're coming into the parks, and I'm videotaping them just to see their face and their mouth drop open, playing that at their weddings.
That's so cool to see the evolution of Disney. And like I think we could probably almost have a whole show on like from you as a kitten, in '74, and then like all the big, like, the other parks opening as you go through, and then other resorts opening, and just other things being added, or some things being taken away that people loved, and then new things come in. Like I said, I only have since 2009. You have since pretty much day one of the park being open.
A good timeline, put it out on a timeline.
Oh, it's so cool.
I think the campground opened, in 1971.
The Fort Wilderness campground.
Yeah, the Fort Wilderness campground opened in '71.
Because technically, wasn't Polynesian open before the Contemporary? And so, but the first thing actually to really open up was the campground, because
Correct.
that was the easiest thing for them to do back then.
Right,
It was just a
build the
campground.
campground, right?
Yeah. So technically, the campground was the first, I believe, over Poly.
So Kim has all these really cool photos of her first visits with her family and staying there, and that's what I want to know if Scott has photos of staying on site at the campgrounds or going to the parks in 74. So Kim's saying
I was trying to find a photo. My mom may have it of because my dad's parents were there. My grandmother and grandfather, they met us there. So I just remember when we walked into the park, they were already in the park standing in the center there where the Christmas tree normally is, at that little courtyard there.
Okay.
So, and I remember there was a picture of me as that young kid with my grandparents. I don't know where that picture is. I would love to find that.
That'd be great,
That'd be
man.
so cool.
Yeah. Kim dug through a lot of the photos and found stuff, of her and her family, and her and her brother in front of the ride that used to go under the water there, and League Under the Sea or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, I can't think of it. That's why I'm like drawing a blank.
Now Little Nemo.
Ride used to make me nauseous.
Yeah, it was like an illusion, right? That you were
No, it just smelled so bad. I mean, I can still smell it when they put you down. When you climb down into the submarines and you sat and like you're staring at a little porthole and everybody's next to you and everybody's just looking out. And I'm like, man, this place just stinks.
The dirty foot and rotten seat smell, yeah.
Do you remember it smelling, Kim? And if so, what was it smelling?
They need to make a candle out of that. That's what they need to make.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good idea. One of those people that make Disney candles, they can
BO
have
and dirty feet in an enclosed submarine.
Tight quarters or something.
What could be better? Let's pack 100 people into a sub,
Yeah, Kim loved it. She talks about it all the time.
That's so crazy.
I liked it. I mean, just to see the stuff was amazing. But
20,000 leagues. Honestly. Yeah, the smell.
20,000. 20,000 leagues.
I'm like Under the Sea with the Ariel. Scott's like 1,000.
Yeah, 20,000 leagues.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Look, hey, I'm 52, so my memory is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
And my eyesight.
Yeah. Chris is going to shave his head and put glasses
I'm still
on.
good. I got no glasses. I feel really good about myself. I'm wearing my daughter's shirt.
So this is the point.
I got hair. I'm doing all right in life. I mean, I'm okay.
You're looking fantastic. You're looking fantastic.
I don't remember, but I got really sick from my friend. Yeah, well, that's because you had heat stroke, right?
Lisa tells me the same story where she got sick. Like she got ice cream to cool her off. Well, that came up all over one of the.
Oh, sure it did.
Maybe that's what happened.
Really have a porthole from the ride, like an actual porthole from one of the.
No way! All right,
that's cool as anything.
All right, Don, you got to take a picture of that.
Yeah,
of that porthole and post it on our group page because we just want to see that.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's cool. Little memorabilia.
Maybe that's why it smelled. Someone puked in the stuff.
Could be.
You just push it around.
It's so bad. You didn't even
this morning. So this is my oldest daughter.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Kwanzaa. There we go. There. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
His eyesight was so bad this morning. He couldn't even help me with homework, and it was in the bold text.
He looks she's done now.
That's why you got to get the iPad. You just zoom in on it.
You're fired,
though, man. You're fired.
You're fired. Go to your room.
Your sister's now my favorite daughter.
Yeah, your sister's now my favorite daughter.
John and Jen, I think you are right about the ride. I think one of the original subs from the ride is there, and you can snorkel around it at Castaway Cay. I think you're absolutely right.
Oh wow.
So
cool.
yeah. So going back to when you got on the cruise,
Yes.
Was that not the best cruise you've ever been on?
I between the two that I've been on for Disney, I
So
I
you've
don't.
only been on Disney.
That's all I've been on. But
Okay.
all I hear about is you can't go anywhere else now.
Right.
Like
That's the
we're gonna try it but then I know there's a mindset where people are like, we've met, I don't know, you meet a lot of people on cruises. They're like, oh yeah, we cruise this line, we cruise like Disney by far blows everybody out of the water, and we're like, well, crap, this is the only thing we've ever done. Now you can't go down. I mean,
So here's my take. Colleen and I and the kids, we're big cruise people. So we've done Disney cruises, but we're big Royal Caribbean people. So the difference is a Royal Caribbean cruise for the four of us will cost us about $7,300. I can do a Royal Caribbean cruise for about $6,500 and be in a grand suite where I get all the suite perks.
yeah.
So you get the lounge, you get your alcohol, you get happy hour, you get priority, you get free Wi-Fi. So so that's what like Disney cruise by far is the best cruise you will ever go on. The adult section, even if you don't have kids, the adult section is by far the best. And you get a vacation. And when I have with my kids, they'll tell you, we don't see them. They're in the clubs. They're in the clubs. So Colleen and I are by ourselves for pretty much most of the time.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can't get the kids out of the clubs. They feed them. If you ask them to bathe them, they probably would bathe them too. You know, but
the kids loved the kids club when we went. That's all Addie still talks. She was that was 2 years ago, and she still talks about it.
Wow.
It's like, what do we, like Ava, she didn't know any different. So the first time she did anything Disney, it was a cruise, because then we did Hilton Head Island the next year. So so the first thing she ever got to do at 3, and she was brand new potty trained, so let her do all this stuff. She's like, when are we going to go on a cruise again? And we went to Disney World. She saw Magic Kingdom. She's like, this is not a cruise. This is there's a castle. There's the ship. And you're like, oh.
And it's the personal attention that they get with the characters on the cruise that you don't get at Disney World. You're walking around the cruise, and all of a sudden Cinderella's in front of you, just walking around. And
Peter Pan was everywhere.
He was all over the place.
Oh, that was awesome.
The princess, so you have more of an up close experience with all of the characters, and you're not waiting in a 3-hour line to get an autograph for a person to say cheese.
Yep.
But my point for the cruises is where I struggle is, when we can go on a Royal Caribbean cruise for $6,500 and be upgraded to a suite, which is a huge room, everything is basically included. It's hard to spend $7,300 versus $6,500 for a small room. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but by far, the highlight of the Disney cruise is Castaway Cay, and it's just, they're phenomenal cruises. They're just very expensive.
Yeah, the food is amazing too.
And the food is amazing.
Food is amazing.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to the steak place? Palates.
There's Palo.
There's Palo.
So
we did Palos. Yep.
Did you get the souffle?
We got whatever was on there, because they had a fixed menu, so it's all. So you get to choose between 3 things, and I did the meat. So
yeah, but for the dessert they have a chocolate souffle.
Oh yes.
Oh my God.
Still thinking about it.
But because it just melted in your mouth. It just fell apart in your mouth. It was
insane.
It wasn't too rich. It wasn't too sweet. You couldn't leave anything on the table.
No, that's crazy.
No. And what people don't know, so anybody that's listening tonight that goes on a Disney cruise, on the last night that you're there, you can ask your server in the main dining room at the beginning of your meal if they could bring you down a souffle from Palos, and they will do that for you, because they're made to order. But they have to cook them.
Yep.
So, but they'll bring them down to you. Not a lot of people know that.
Well, the other part too is when I was on the cruise, I asked for 2 entrees. So
Yeah, I
I
heard you do that,
I
right?
got both. I asked for them like, hey, can I try both? You know, and the guy's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So every single dinner I had, 2 entrees.
I would have kept asking for both of like everything, like 2 appetizers,
Oh yeah,
2
They did.
entrees, 2
Every-
desserts.
yeah. They brought it to you.
Yeah. No matter what cruise line you go on, you can eat whatever. If you tell them you want 5 appetizers, they'll bring you 5 appetizers. You want
Wow.
5
Good to know.
entrees, they'll bring you 5 entrees. Yeah, no, you just tell them what you want, they bring it to you. There is no limit. A cruise to me is a food fest because Colleen and I are both foodies. So all we do is eat. All we do is eat.
Yeah.
I gained like 12 pounds on a cruise and then work my rear end off, for the next month.
I
It's
gained
so worth
12
it, though. It's
pounds
worth
in
it.
2 days.
It's worth it.
It's
Yeah.
stupid.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
We have
I'll
a
be right
couple. Yeah, go ahead. We have a couple items in the news to talk about,
We got
and
some news.
we got some news. I don't know if you have anything. I loaded a photo for the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom information. Do you have anything? I think they are ending Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom
January 24th.
4th, right? Yeah,
24th. Yeah, 24th. 2/4.
So, this is something that kind of it actually really bothers me because how much does this cost to maintain? Like, what are we getting rid of it for?
Yeah, and I actually put in my thing. I think I said they're taking more things away than adding.
Right. And this is it's a card game. I've never played it, but I had in my last job, my top boss, him and his family loved to play it, and he gifted me with a whole binder full of like additional cards that he had. Basically almost like a complete set aside from like the really top cards that you get like at the Christmas parties and stuff. But yeah, so we were really excited for our next trip to introduce it to Colton and play it as a family. And we're not going to be able to. And I mean, other than printing some cards and giving them out on special like holiday, Christmas party, Halloween type party, DVC type stuff, how much does it maintain to run this? And why aren't we still going to move forward with? Like, I don't understand the whole point.
I really don't know. So I think about it too right now. And I kind of wrote down some notes of like, so right now they're at 35% capacity.
Right.
So usually we don't take the time to do these things, but right now I think I would find time to do it because we found time to do Wilderness Explorer at Animal Kingdom.
Right.
Because right now the parks are only open for 10 hours. You can now park hop, which makes maybe things a little bit different. Maybe you're going from one park to another. So maybe you're not paying as much attention to these things. But I remember like I didn't want to do Wilderness Explorer, but Lisa's like, what else are we going to do? Because the train, Rafiki's
Planet Watch, right?
Planet Watch was closed, but now it opened.
Reopened, right.
So things kind of shrunk down, and we took time to do the Wilderness Explorer, and the girls loved it. And something like this in our last day at Magic Kingdom, we probably would have done this if we would have known like more about it, and the kids would have liked it because we did it on the cruise ship. We went around with the magic thing and found all the little it's like the ship detective thing on the cruise ship. So that is like one thing that like I think as the girls got older, we would have paid more attention to.
Sure.
On that third or that second day that we're like, all right, well, we did everything we want. Let's go check other parts of the park out with this. And especially being 35% capacity. Yeah, you can only ride so many rides so many times before you're like, let's do something else.
Right. And they're saying that, like interaction with the game has gone down, but you have to think since COVID started in March, and like you said, parks are at a low capacity. People are the park hours are less. So, there's got to be a reason for that too. But, the systems are already put in for you. So, and the cards, again, how much does it cost to produce these cards? And I also think that instead of like saying they're going to end it, they could have enhanced it a little bit by making it more special for like, maybe you don't have to go to a party to get that specialty card. Maybe you get it just when you sign up for an annual pass holder. Maybe you get it every year for being DVC member. Maybe you get it when you book a vacation. Like somehow make it a little more spiced up so that people really want to play it or get these cards, but I know a lot of people are very upset about it because I posted it and now that's Disney, and there's a lot of comments and a lot of people upset about this game going away.
And it's kind of like when they had, what was it? That was what was the thing in Epcot with Kim Possible?
Was it Agent?
They have Agent
Singer.
They had Kim Possible for a while.
Oh yes, right. Then they replaced
everybody lost their minds on Kim Possible going away, and then the Agent PJ, what is that?
Wasn't it Kim Possible that started the whole thing?
Yes. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Kim Possible was even before Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
I think so. I think Kim. Wait, no.
I think Sorcerer came before Kim
Sorcerers
Possible
first, and then Kim Possible at Epcot, and then it's that cartoon that they came out with, like Agent. It's a platypus and something else. Like now I can't think of the name of that either. Really bad tonight.
Oh, Phineas and
Phineas
Ferb.
and Ferb. Thank you.
Phineas and Ferb. There we go.
JB
Agent
Bowser's got all the all the names.
If we ever need another guy, Mr.
JB.
Bowser, John Bowser, he would be another guy to help us out on Now That's Disney Dads to doing some shows. There you go.
Like the smart one out of the group.
There we go. I just got John a gig. John, you're in. You're
You're signed up. Hey, we got Steve Wozniak too from Drunk Disney Dad joining us, and I thought you guys were just live, right, Steve?
No,
I tuned in, but I'm here.
Drunk Dads. Here we go. I love it.
Right.
This is
Now That's Disney Dads.
We're gonna just have to do a Disney. It's just gonna be all Disney dads, like a Zoom happy hour, Disney dad happy hour
with the Drunk Disney Dads and meets the Now Disney Dad. Now That's Disney Dads.
Panel of dads.
Now, Chris, I heard you talking about what what was on the cruise ship, the scavenger hunt thing that was on the cruise ship and all that. That's amazing.
We loved it.
Oh, it was great because number one, it got my kids to exercise.
Yep. I went to parts of the ship I never got to go, like we never went to. So Addie and I, we broke off and we did that. Ava, she just wanted to lay in the pool, put a life jacket on in the pool and watch a movie. That's all she wanted to do. So Addie and I ran around. We ran into Peter Pan and other characters all throughout the ship, and she had a blast.
Right.
Just a blast.
I just don't like when you get rid of something that I just don't see cost Disney that much money to maintain or run. And I think you could have enhanced it to get more people interested. Like, don't make it so hard to get those specialty cards. Like you have to go to the Moonlight, event or something, make it a little more obtainable for people. And maybe that'll entice people to want to play it. I was really looking forward to it. I have this whole binder now of cards that I'm never going to be able to use.
So when you told me you had that binder, I started doing some research, right? And then I saw how many kids were like, they have these binders as well.
Yeah.
With all these cards in them.
Right.
So now they're just memorabilia.
They're obsolete. I mean, which is a shame too, because the way I understand it is like, if you went to say a DVC event, you would get, or just say the Christmas party, and you paid for the ticket, each person would get a card, right? So that's a hard to come by card. Then there's basic cards and there's other cards in between. So, but yeah, I was given this binder of not a complete set, but a lot of cards, and never going to be able to use it. So
yeah, that's a shame. But look, it's stuff that you'll be able to pass on to Colton.
Yeah,
when older, and there's history involved in that. There's a lot of history involved in that. So hopefully, the people that have all these binders of all these cards from these things is they'll just pass it down into their families. And
hopefully, they come back with this, because I don't see them removing the interactive, screens and stuff where you wave the card in front of it. Yeah. There's no reason to.
Well, even on that, like, what's cost? Like, all right, so maybe it's somebody's salary every day or every year, or whatever it is, but it's already on. It's already set up. Like, it's one more thing for now people to do in the park, where there's so many things that aren't happening. There's a little bit more interaction throughout the park, where, I guess that's my biggest thing, is why take something out when what is it really costing you? And I guess, there's somebody down the line somewhere that says, this is $100,000 a year we can save. I don't. It sounds like that's crazy amount of money to run it, but I mean, I don't know Disney dollars. So
Look, at the end of the day, they will bring it back most likely, or in some way, shape, or form, they'll bring it back. Just once COVID's out of here.
Right.
It's only because the reason why I think they're stopping it is because of the social distancing. So
you got a bunch of people hanging around the same spot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, but why now? Why not in July? Why now? Maybe more people are in the park, so people are closer together.
Maybe it was something you couldn't do. But speaking of Disney dollars,
there we go. Look at that.
Yeah. So this is just stuff. Yeah, $85 in Disney dollars. I'm going to pass down to my kids.
This is what I got. I got a bowl from to put my thing in.
Nice. When we were on the Disney cruise with when we did the scavenge, it was more of a mystery. It was a mystery thing. There you go, Guinness. I want to hear that pop. Did you open it already?
No, not yet.
The nitrogen.
Yeah, the nitrogen pillow in there. So this is an empty one. You can hear. You hear that
rattle? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here, I'll do the.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was a little. That was a little slow.
He's making Steve happy over here.
That was a little slow.
No, I like that.
Pop, and then we'll do a little cascade action too, a little live.
I like it. I like this. This is good. I'm drinking your beer, and you're drinking Guinness. I like this.
Bring the action. You see that cascade live there?
Look at that. I love that. That's good. That's a good. So the best part is my wife used to work in a true Irish bar, and they did a very good double pour Guinness. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big Guinness fan. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of catching up to do to keep up with the drunk Disney dads. To be honest with you,
once I found out there was a drunk Disney dads, I was like, "What were we doing, Dave? Why did we not go with drunk Disney dads?"
Now that's Disney dads.
Do it.
Yeah, when I watch them sometimes, and they're not just drinking some beers, they're doing some shots. I'm like, I can't compete. I'm 48 years old. I used to do shots.
Did you talk about the opposite?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Did you guys see that they started the fast pass? The hopper passes again.
Yes, January 1.
January 1.
Turn January 1. And so, what's the details on that? It starts later in the afternoon.
2 o'clock.
2 p.m. I'm flipping my page. I got it down here.
Yeah. So what they wanted people to do is they wanted people to go to your park, register for your park, and then when you're done, go back to your hotel, take a mass break or whatever, go in the pool, whatever, and then after 2 p.m. you can go to any park you want as long as there's availability.
Reservate, right.
This makes perfect sense for going to Magic Kingdom because it's the first park open right now. And then hitting the 2 p.m., go back to resort, especially if you got an Epcot resort, go back, swim, do your normal thing like you would do normally in the summer, which what we would do. And then you hit up Epcot because I think Epcot closes at 9. At least it did when we were there. So it was the latest park that was open. So you would get the best of both worlds. But right now, I asked Lisa, I'm like, hey, every time we've done park hopping, they never did park to park. Did they? So now you can get park to park transportation. Ooh, right? I know there is so I've got the list here. This is
Wait, what do you mean park to park transportation?
You can go from Magic Kingdom. Guests may take an Epcot monorail from Magic Kingdom, which includes which the monorail is closed right now from Epcot to Magic Kingdom. But if the monorail service isn't operating, guests will often find a Disney bus available from Magic Kingdom to Epcot or Epcot to Magic Kingdom.
From the bus station.
Hollywood Studios, you can take a bus to any of the other 3 parks.
So specific routes.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you now can go from park to park to park. You don't have to go from a park to a hotel to a park.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
It took COVID to make that happen?
Well,
thank you, COVID, for allowing park to park transport. About time. You don't have to take one of those little bubbly buses.
It also took COVID to get the walk-through security screen things going too. I mean, come on.
right? I
Remember
mean,
those before COVID, like
it took COVID for the sidewalk to happen from Grand Floridian to.
well, yeah, the floating
Finally,
walkway.
that's done after the NBA left. Thanks, NBA.
That opened up though too, that walkway from Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom with like really no mention about it. They opened
Nah, that costs money. You could use
Yeah.
that money to keep Sorcerer open.
right.
That's not open. Is that open now?
yeah,
When I was there in November, it wasn't open.
they opened it not that long ago.
Yeah, they just
like,
opened a little bit ago.
information about it. There wasn't anything really posted about it, and then I saw people just saying, "Oh, the walkway's open." Like,
Really?
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought there would be some.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't see anything of it. But so when you talk about the buses, so years ago, it was a nightmare for the bus transportation because you would get like from Wilderness Lodge, right? You get in, go out to the buses. Do you want to go to Magic Kingdom? Well, they picked you up there, then they went to like 7 other hotels before they
Yeah.
went.
That's back in like '76, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 70, I think 70, 78. All right,
Okay,
give
all
me
right,
a break.
all right. I
Give me
give
a
you
break.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I was like, you got to be kidding. I remember Colleen and I got on a bus and we're like, we're going to Wilderness Lodge. He's like, yeah, I'm going there. And like
2
we rode
hours
this
later.
bus- yeah. And,
2
like,
hours later.
he's like, where you guys going? You guys should have got off like somewhere. I'm like,
Right.
we told you we were going to Wilderness Lodge. He goes, I don't go to Wilderness Lodge. I'm like, I should beat you.
Yeah, I should.
You know?
You should have asked them for a transportation cards because
Oh my
all the
god.
transportation has cards. I don't know if people know that either.
Yeah,
Or they
yeah.
should. Sometimes
They
they
didn't
have
have,
cards.
they didn't have that back then.
They have it now.
Yeah, they have it now.
Kim's always embarrassed when I ask him, like, "Do you have any transportation cards?" And then I
My
show,
kid,
"Look how cool! I got a card." And she's like, "You're an
my,
idiot."
my kids ask all of the drivers for the same thing. Yeah,
Smart
but
kids.
Yeah, man.
but yeah,
yeah,
but yeah,
So, Drunk Disney Dads sat, and they're going to be talking about Imagineering. That show is awesome, by the way, because you guys are talking about like
That is cool.
the history of Disney and stuff. If you really want to see a good series on Disney history from beginning to end, and Imagineers talking about it, that series is incredible. But if you tune into Drunk Disney Dads on Sunday, you could also do Shots and Cry, which I usually first I throw up after
Then I cry. I cry as I'm throwing up. That's how I.
I kind of cuddled myself.
nice. So, did you guys hear anything about the new survey from Animal Kingdom? People that are going to Animal Kingdom are getting this new survey, and
No.
they're asking about the characters. What do they think about the characters and dining experiences and stuff like that? And then they're also talking about Dinosaur Land and Everest. So by reading some of the stuff, they're thinking that Dinosaur Land and Everest may be up for. Well, Dinosaur Land, I think, is going to go.
I think
But-
that, yeah.
Land's going to be redone because they already got rid of Triceratops Spin,
Yeah.
and then the night show's gone already, right? That Rivers of Light thing disappeared,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The
Their night show's gone. You're right. Yep.
the firework thing or whatever it was, right? Was that
It was,
firework?
They still do the Tree of Life show.
right.
Well, not right now because the park closes too early for that to even happen.
But
so-
Rivers of Light was they had that
yeah, they had that.
seating theater, and they did which was a very good show. And then so first they introduced it as the Jungle Book because Rivers of Light was
Yep.
delayed. Then they did Rivers of Light. Then they scaled it back a little bit. I really enjoyed the show. I thought the music was good, and the show was beautiful.
They
Was that-
lost a lot of money creating that,
Yeah.
which blows my mind because they did such an amazing job with it over in Grand California,
Why
or,
did they build like walking,
California Adventure. Like that is
Animatronics,
amazing. Yeah, that is
floating
amazing.
lotus. Like, it was like baffles me that two things baffle me. They can't get the Yeti on Everest to work, and they can't get a floating lotus to work for how long? Like, come on, Disney. Like, you guys are killing, like everything else with animatronics and designing all this stuff.
Didn't somebody say like there's somebody out there that does animatronics that said they'll fix it for free, and there's a Disney fan that was in like somebody's blog or something like that.
For the Yeti?
Yeah, there was a GoFundMe page for the get the Yeti
Fix
fixed.
the Yeti. That's
I
like,
like-
Joe Rody's
That-
like arch
Yeah.
nemesis. That darn Yeti.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of our trip, to see the Yeti going across the mountain.
Yeah,
You know, when you were there. What was the Nightmare Spectacular? That's that show you're talking about, right?
What at Animal
nighttime
Kingdom?
spectacular. There's nighttime spectacular. So they don't do it right now because the park closes too early. But
Oh.
we did it when we first took Addie, and that show was amazing. And they did it they did like 3 or 4 times throughout the night. You know, it was like once it got dark out, they just throw it up on it was great. It was a super awesome show just on the Tree of Life. They did a really good job. I mean, that was, again, but they lost a lot of money doing Rivers of Light, and how much that got delayed. I mean, heck, they could just take a little chunk of what they lost there and throw it towards the sorcerer. We'd be all right.
Some cards.
Yeah, well, so it looks like Dinosaur Land and Everest are going to probably be in for some changes.
I don't think they'll ever get rid of Everest. Maybe they'll update it to something. But Dino Land, Dino Land,
Dinoland's gone.
they were talking a lot about Dino Land becoming like an Indiana Jones theme land at one point. You know, I have to admit, I really don't like Dino Land all that much. Like,
I like the ride dinosaur. Right. You know, it's the same track as Indiana Jones.
Right, exactly.
I like it. I think if they did something more, like they left that, but then they critiqued everything else. I mean, really, the only thing in Dino Land was the Dino Dig and the stupid arcade games. I mean, nobody played them. You still had to pay money.
Right.
Yeah, Dino Dig was cool. The kids like that, but I mean, you had the arcade games that you still had to pay for. You had I did like, and I wish the kids could have gone on it this year. Obviously, it was closed, but they had that like jungle gym kind of thing, where they got to go up on different levels. It was much like the one out in California, the Grizzly Bear Run area.
Right. Yeah. The boneyard. Right. That's right.
Yeah, the boneyard. They can climb through all this stuff. It's like a different like amusement park up in the air.
Okay. Our son loves that. Oh my God, we're in there for like an hour and a half. I can't find him. I'm like, Kim, you stay by the entrance and make sure he doesn't get out. I'm walking. It's like crazy.
I'm going to get a drink when they're in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
like I'll sit outside with beer and
John
chug
just said
while
it.
Kim's in there with him.
Their parents will be thrilled to lose it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that was just like the one in Hollywood Studios. Remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh man, we love like, dude. You know what I did? I would just sit there and be like, oh.
Yeah, we would be inside the things, like you can't stand up trying to find them. And Colton loves all that stuff. But I think there's so much potential for Dino Land. Keep Everest, maybe get the Yeti working, and then retheme Dinosaur to Indiana Jones and retheme the whole land and tie it all in.
I can't see them getting rid of the roller coaster ever.
No, that roller coaster. People love the roller coaster.
Yeah, they would just retheme it, if anything.
No. Well, and I don't just with
that's
that.
what the survey's about. That the survey's about to get people's opinions of what they think of Dino Land and Everest. And
I'll tell you what I want them to change.
The
burger at that restaurant, Asaurus.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow, it's good for a fast service restaurant. Their burger there is great.
That used to be the McDonald's.
Oh yeah, well that's why Dinosaur has the pipes that are red and yellow, right? Because they were supposed to be McDonald's like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah,
the carnival area is hot, right? It is. It's like, I know you wanted to make it pavement and look like a carnival. Bad idea putting black like asphalt inside of Disney.
Yes. No, maybe look. I don't know. It's hard to say. The archaeological aspect of India. Yeah, you're right. That's good.
This guy
good job, John.
Amazing.
I think John should come on and tell him his like.
Welcome to That's Disney Dad's job.
Yeah, John, you just got a job. You can't pay anything, but you can come on and drink with us.
Yeah, just retheme it a little bit for Indy and tie the whole thing. Dinosaur Land, the boneyard. Yeah. That's in Asia though. Everest in Asia.
So I'm just. You don't think I could think them ever doing to Everest is like, but the hardest part is when you like how well themed Everest is when you go through the queue and how well everything ties into like it's such an like it's probably one of the most boring queues out there, but like I still like looking at like all the archaeological stuff and like you can see it and you're going to go through and you see how the pictures tie in one place to another.
Yeah.
And the only thing, and it's a mountain, I don't think you'll ever get rid of that. Maybe they can redo something on it. Maybe the downtime how much that thing gets stuck all the way up the top. But
I think it reminds me a lot of Cali River Rapids queue, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like you said, but if you're really into theming and queues like that, which I am, like Jungle Cruise, right? When you're online and you hear all those corny jokes in the background coming through that old broadcast at radio station.
It's great.
It's great. I love it. Right. But you've really got to be a Disney, you know, enthusiast and somebody that's really into that kind of stuff.
No, and that's the nice part too, is right now a lot of the queues are down. So you actually get to hear stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So because a lot of noise, right, is down. So you can hear stuff you're normally hearing.
Chris, when you were there in July, so what were the lines like compared? So when we were there for Halloween and November, I mean, the place was, I would say, was empty, but the lines were long because the shows, there was no shows. So because there's no shows to absorb some of the crowd, the lines were a little bit longer. If it said it was 60 minutes, it was really 40 minutes. If it said it was 20 minutes, it was really 10 minutes. So the lines moved. It wasn't a bad thing. But when you were there in July, that was kind of like people were like, I'm not going to Disney.
It was perfect. It was like, I mean, we walked. So just like a small thing, like when we walked onto Mine Train and then we got off and they're like, there's no line. Do you want to go again? Yeah. We got off again and said, hey, there's no line. Do you want to go again? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we went 3 times, no line. And then we went to Animal Kingdom, Flight of Passage. My daughter, Addie, got to ride it 6 times in a row.
Wow.
6 times. And I feel so bad for our younger Ava. She had to do Navi River Rapids Navi River Journey 6 times. But even after, like, like it's a good one, but like it's good twice.
Yeah, right. It's not Flight of Passage, but you know what? I would zen out after 6 times. Oh, yeah. I'd be like Phil Jackson on a Zen journey by the time I was done.
Yeah.
So when we were there in November, when we walked into the park, I knew it was the wrong move, what we were doing. And running to the back to get on the Mind Dwarf train. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why am I doing this? I know there's going to be a line. I might as well forget that. And we went back there. The line went all the way around and all the way around to the back. And it was like 60 minutes. And I was like, screw this. So Colleen and I and the kids, we went right to Peter Pan. No line, walked right on that. Yeah. Walked on the Small World, no line, got right on that. Walked to Haunted Mansion, walked right on that. Got out of there. Walked over to walked over to I'm drawing a blank. The train.
Flash? Big Thunder.
Big Thunder Mountain. Went over to Big Thunder Mountain. Hey, Lisa. Went over to Big Thunder Mountain. 10-minute wait. Got on that. And then we went to from there we went to Splash. Well, they wanted to go on Splash Mountain. There was no wait for Splash Mountain, but I wasn't ready to get wet after being in the park literally an hour, and we went on all these rides. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not getting wet at 9:30 in the morning. And then we went to Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was like a 30-minute wait.
I think the longest we waited was 30 minutes for a ride, and that was in all 4 parks.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, whenever I go to Magic Kingdom, I always go to the left.
Oh, yeah.
I always go right to Pirates. It's empty that way. Everybody's going to the right. Everybody's going or straight.
Yeah, you go to the right.
Or everybody's going straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go towards Pirates. I want to go to the right towards
Jungle Cruise,
Journey Under the Sea, or something like that. Yeah.
We go through the tree house. Aladdin's Magic Carpet.
Yeah. Right. I love Aladdin's Magic Carpet ride. That's great.
Oh, we did that one. Yeah, Dumbo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
do
enjoy
that.
watching people that don't know the camel's going to spit
Oh
on them.
yeah, I know it's great.
Like we know, we know. Don't get in there.
Like, oh no, we're like you're trying to like time it. Like, where can we get in there?
right.
Exactly. But
where's this?
16 minutes. Yeah. I mean, like we don't really even like fast pass times. We don't go in lines that are longer than 35 minutes.
No, we
just don't do it. Like we're like, oh, we'll find something. Like, oh, we rode that one. Like, it's on the other side of the park. By the time we get there, we'll get in line.
Hey, thank God for the app. The app tells you. The app tells you. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the wrong thing. We could have probably hit 4 other rides in the time that we wasted walking over to, the mine train. The mine train is not worth the wait. The mine train is not worth the wait.
No, you need to go around twice to make that worth the wait.
Unless you're going to get there at park opening and you're going to make a mad dash to Seven Dwarfs, or you're going to try, you've got a fast pass.
Yep.
Or try to catch it towards the end of park closing. Yeah. I don't think it's worth sitting online for. It really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where we're kind of at, Chris. Like, we'll do 25-minute wait if we don't have a fast pass for something, but maybe it's because our son has autism, but our days at parks are mapped out between 3 fast passes.
I don't want to wait.
Yeah, we don't. We're not waiting for much of anything. We are in and out of a park like an assassin, and we're back at the pool with drinks in our hands.
Oh yeah. See, my goal is to try to get 6 fast passes in one day. And that's like multiple parks. So like when we actual fast passes are there, no.
Sorry, Lisa.
It spoiled it. Yeah. Well, when we went, a lot of those, Splash Mountain wasn't open right away when park opened. That didn't open until almost 11 o'clock. And same thing with Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise didn't open until almost 10 o'clock. So there's a lot of things that didn't open right away. So you were bounced around to other places, which in the end, no big deal. I mean, the hardest part about Space Mountain was the queue line. You'd get off and you could beat feet all the way up there. There'd be no lines. You just get back on it. It took you longer to go from the entrance all the way up to the top than it was to ride and come all the way back out. You didn't stop for a line. There was no line. You still kept walking, but it's just a long queue.
Yeah, we did early morning magic at Magic Kingdom last April. I think it was like our first day at Magic Kingdom. That was great, but you could see the people like everybody's talking about, like kind of getting dining reservations in the Magic Kingdom. They're not there to eat. They're there to get into the park earlier and wait for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And we saw it. We rode Seven Dwarfs Mine Train 3 times, Peter Pan. I think we did something else. We had the breakfast that was included with early morning magic. And on our way out, it literally looked like a zombie attack going towards Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I looked at Kira and thank God we did this, and we're out. We're going back to the pool now. Yeah, it's crazy.
And so a small tip right now, and we found out when we were there, and they're still going on. Some of our friends went and said, "Hey, this is what's going on." Get there at least 35 to 40 minutes before the park opens right now, and they let you in. Yeah, they let you in, and rides are going right now. At park opens at 9, you get there at 8:15, 8:30. They're letting you in the park. And you can get on a ride. We got on it. We just showed up early because all right, it's going to be it's a weekend. It was going to be a long wait in the morning. We'll get there early. We got there early. We were in the park and done with 3 rides before the park opened. And it's 9 o'clock. We're like, holy, it was like extra magic hours for us.
Right.
Without extra magic hours.
See, that's the thing right now. What's going on?
Did you walk or you took the you took the monorail?
We took the monorail.
So I was
Grand Floridian.
Yeah, because I was so mad because from Magic King, from the campground, you only got the boat or you're swimming.
Yep.
So when they tell you the boats start at 8 o'clock, well, that's a lie.
Yeah, they start early.
The boats start at 8, but across the lake, that's when they punch in. So when they tell you the buses start and the boats start at 8 o'clock, no, that's when they're actually punching the clock. All right. Then they punch the clock. Then they go get all their stuff. Then they get onto their bus. They go find their bus. They find their boat, whatever. And by the time they get to you, it's like 8:35. The park opens at 9. And when you get over there, everybody that parked at the transportation center already took the ferry. I was going to say the Staten Island ferry, but the ferry, across, and they're in the park because like they said they won't let the lines back up. They don't want anybody standing in front, so they let you in the park. Plus, they have the food places, Starbucks, and everything else, and so you can get pastries and so on and so forth. They're open, so they let you in before at the park. They say open at 9. They're really opening up at 8:15, 8:30.
Yeah.
So
we took an early. So the monorail started at like 7. I don't know why it started at 7, but it did. But in the park didn't open until like 8. So we got on an early monorail and showed up, and here we are.
You don't know right now what's going to happen because of COVID. So you may check into a resort and they might upgrade you because rooms available and not many people are staying there, or you might get let into a park early. You don't know. I mean,
we definitely didn't get upgraded. That was for sure.
That's for me.
Yeah, and they never picked me for the grand marshal for the parade, which I'm still really mad about. I haven't had.
I could tell. Yeah,
I have an attitude about that.
I get it. Wow.
I'm tired of eating the damn pineapple floats from
Sunshine Tree Terrace, or is
it? No, over by Aladdin's Magic Carpet, the Dow Whips, the Dole Whips, the Dole Whips.
Isn't it something Tree Terrace? No. I'm thinking of the one in Magic.
No, that's like the Aloha thing. This is the bowl, You put the bowl in there, and I eat my pineapple Dole Whip, and.
Why can't I think of the one that he's talking about? I'm thinking of the one over towards Pirates and Aladdin because there's
that's what it is. That's what it is. Right there by the tiki room.
Tiki room, yeah. I'm gonna look it up now.
That's not the Sunshine Tree Terrace. That's
see, we think the Sunshine Tree Terrace has the orange Dole Whip
swirl, right?
That's what I think. We think that's what they have there. So the other one has the
Dole Whips, and they're amazing. But I never got picked for the grand marshal. We would sit there, eat our Dole Whips, and watch the parade go by.
Aloha Isle.
Thank you. That's the one right by Tiki Terrace. The other one is Sunshine Tree Terrace, which is closer to Pirates of the Caribbean and all that.
Yes.
That's the little window-ish area.
So. Hey, Chris, was the swamp drained for the riverboat?
Yep.
There?
No, that was actually going. That was still there. That was still going. But really? They were painting the castle, so the moat and all that other area where that was all drained. But the riverboat was still going.
See, when we went, it was drained, and my kids were like, "What do you mean it's on
a track?
It's on a track. I thought the guy was driving a boat."
You're spinning a wheel that doesn't do anything like Jungle Cruise.
You still paddle. It still paddles you, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Just keeps you in line. It's like what is the Tomorrowland Speedway? That's pretty much all it is. You have the gas pedal and you have the brake. Same thing for the guy in the boat, but he just keeps you on the track.
Yeah. We walked
worst ride ever.
And you stink like exhaust.
Oh, but we couldn't even steer. That was the steering. They just bounced off the rail.
On a really hot day, there's no shade. You're just getting burned.
That's because your daughter was driving, like mine. I'm sitting there with my foot pushing the gas as she's driving, going, "Oh God, let this stop."
Yeah, it is still drained, isn't it?
Get out of my way!
It's actually still drained, like.
Yeah, it's still drained. They're saying that it'll be open February. The end of February, everything should be open because right now they're redoing all Tom Sawyer's Island.
What are they doing to it?
They're resurfacing. They're resurfacing everything.
Painting everything.
Yep, they're just finishing. Cleaning everything up. They figured, hey, why we got this drained? I mean, if you look at pictures right now, you can go online and look at pictures. You'll see like there's all pickup trucks and vans, and there's all scaffolding all around everything. They're just refacing everything.
Makes sense.
How about our Tron?
Tron.
So Tron, the news story is that Tron construction is delayed for some reason, which I'm not sure why because it looks almost done.
I got a couple. I did a couple different researches, different websites on this.
Here's
So
the closed up window where the ride comes out of the ride building, and it's closed. And now all of a sudden we're saying, "Hey, it's delayed." Could be
It-
right from Disney.
the thing that I think is weird about it is, I'm like, all right, they close that up, no big deal. But I went through the Mickey's blog or blog Mickey, and they even had the entrance and exits like blocked off, like sealed up. And you're kind of like, that looked like when I was there, they had a lot of traffic going in and out of there. So just kind of doing a couple like little researches on it. One thing is they're saying it's not a priority. It's not on the priority list right now. So that's where they'll be able to cut some money. Something said about concrete. They can't get it right now for the, everything that's been going on. Don't know if that's true. But the other one was there's still work going on in the canopy. It sounds like just a little bit of work going on there. And it sounds like some work might be going on the inside. But they won't be open until fall of 2022 now.
That's far from now.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm shocked by.
So Bowser's asking about the train. I don't think they're bringing that train back.
Imagine.
It's coming back. They actually just redid the track and everything.
Oh, they
Right.
did do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were doing it right.
Yep.
Because when I was there, they were taking everything out, and I was like, I was talking to one of the guys there, and I was like, "What are they doing?" And he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure 100% if they were bringing that train back.
Oh yeah, no, they redid the track, and they've been on it for a while. Though that train's been parked in front of the station for a long time.
Yeah, it's been closed since 2018.
It's been a while.
Sometime. Yeah, it's been a long while.
April of last year, it was down still. Yeah.
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 But
So how are they getting around Tron?
So they have it. They relayed the track. So a part of the Tron entrance to it will go over the track.
Wow.
Tron, that's a long time for construction, though. I don't know why we need to go all the way to fall 2022.
I wonder if because so this is my theory behind it, and this is just my theory. We were there in July and they were working on it.
Right.
I don't know if anybody else, but I'm like, all right, if anything is happening right now, why wouldn't you stop then, not knowing what's going to happen now? You kept going and now you're stopping.
Yeah.
You think if anything, you'd be like, hey, people are still coming to the parks and we've met capacity at 4 parks all in a couple days. People still are coming to Disney World. This is one thing that you wanted open for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
It could be the contract too. It could be whatever the contract states. When you get awarded a contract, you're already getting paid.
Yeah.
So and the contract can be in stages.
Right. Like
Yeah.
these things are budgeted. So obviously they cut things out of the budget, but we're 75% done with Tron probably, right? Like,
Yeah.
come on, you can't stop it now. We need to move forward on Tron. Like
It's all the
I can
little things now.
Right. We cut out or we stalled the Moana water thing at Epcot or the building at Epcot that's supposed to be in the middle and look at everything. Like we haven't started construction on that, and I get it. So we could save money and maybe build it later. But Tron, we're already working on it. You can't just stop now. I mean, let's go.
I mean,
And bring back
you just dropped how many millions on redoing the ceremonial house at Polynesian. I mean,
That's
like
a lot.
you're
We
like,
switched-
and they dumped the whole platform for
Yeah,
they're redoing all of that.
I'm
The
so
crazy-
glad because I switched us from Poly, and I'm so upset because I want to get back to the Poly, but I'm not going back to the Poly with this. I mean,
The
paying
crane that was set up when we were there I'm like, oh my God, look at the size of this thing to get over the top of the whole building, what they were trying to do. But
down now.
yeah, but at the end of the day, Dave, I would go back only because of where they had everything set up was really not affecting what was on the backside, on the lagoon side of the Poly.
Right,
So
but it's the front. So you're talking about it's right. So the main entrance is closed down. They said Ohana might go down, and you can't get the monorail from the inside of Poly. So, I mean, that's a lot of points.
the monorail was open. The monorail.
They just took it down.
Oh, now?
Right. Yeah. So the monorail now is down from Poly direct on the second floor.
Correct. They took the whole platform out and are redoing it.
So why am I going to stay at the Poly for 36, 30, 38 points a night when I can go over to Bay Lake Tower and stay for 20 something points a night and not have to deal with that yuckiness? That really.
I didn't realize that I didn't realize that they stopped the monorail. Not the monorail itself, but they took the platform out.
Yeah, I mean, Jen's and right. So when I called and they said,
I'm surprised Ohana's down too. That's weird. Like
Well,
that's like their staple, but it's right there.
I think they have to close some of it off, or part of it, or all of it, because of the construction they're doing, because of that whole platform thing. And I can't see the Poly like that. It'll break my heart.
No, so I think it was kind of funny we were talking about it. And I kind of remember because we were there in July and we walked from Grand Floridian to the Poly just to check it out, to say, hey, maybe we'll go over and swim because we only had one pool. And we kind of talked to the people saying like, hey, we only got one pool. Your play structure is not even open right now for the kids at the Grand Floridian. Can we go over to Poly? It's like, yeah, go for it. They're low census right now too. Go over there, have fun, whatever else. We ended up not needing to, but so we still made the walk over. And we're like it still reminds me of like the mid 80s with everything. Yeah. And I like it. It's very, it's very homey feeling, but as like I still like the old lobby. There was just something about that was like straight up 80s for me. I liked it. And when hearing like what they were going to do, I was like, man, that just doesn't fit everything they just put into this lobby a couple of years ago. And now this is what you want to do to it. And now here in Ohana's closed. And then, even their luau's not happening. I'm like, part of it for me is like, they don't have a 1-bedroom here anyways. If we ever do stay here, it'll be just the wife and I. Their pool's amazing, but as of right now, that's all they got.
Have you stayed at Copper Canyon?
We have not. Well, we stayed at the Wilderness DVCs when they were the Wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't stayed there since they've done Copper Creek or Boulder Ridge.
Yep. Yeah, because that's where I'm hoping next November that I'll be able to try to slide into there, or Bay Lake Tower, or or even the Grand Floridian. I mean, look, if I can get a last minute deal.
Oh yeah. Take it wherever you get the deal, because we have some friends that I went to high school. She lives down in Florida. She said, hey, we're staying at Bay Lake. I talked about it and I said, oh, you're staying 3 nights. Said, have you rented Disney Vacation Club points before? And I gave her all of Scott's information for dvc-rentals.com. And the deals on there and like the price that you pay, I'm like, it just blows me away, like how good things are for pricing for DVC places. But no, when we go again in 2022, we want to stay at the Wilderness, either Boulder Ridge or Copper Creek. But then we're either trying to think that or like the Riviera, trying to do Epcot again. That's those areas. We try to do split stays every time now.
My biggest fear is once COVID's out of here, you're just going to see the prices just go straight up, because they're going to try to recoup all their losses quickly, and it's really going to hurt us as the consumers who like going there. I mean, it's going to be expensive.
But for us, I mean, you won't see DVC points go up too much. I mean, I don't think you'll see the rental points go up too much, because either people I think what's going to happen is, well, you might a little bit. You also talk to Scott. I'll take you bring Scott in and kind of see what his projection are per point to go up, because we're going to be using them more. Or we're in a position where we have to rent them to pay for them.
Right.
So there's that theory. But for us, I think we're okay. I think we're still going to go. Yes, we might see the price of the hot dog go up, price of tickets go up. But our resort fee, I think for DVC wise, we're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay going, we're okay renting, because that's going to be the cheapest way probably for us to go versus paying for the cash room. They're going to go up. And you know what? They're going to want it to go up. They want it to go up, and they're still probably people are still going to go. Less people are going to go, but they're still going to make the same amount of money. So that means less hot dogs are being bought, and more are being sold, that type of mentality. So I think in the end, as a DVC side of it, we're set. We're okay. Now paying cash without renting somebody else's DVC points.
Crowds are for me, like when things do return to normal, and we know they're going to eventually. I think the people that either had to cancel trips or postpone trips or not book, like there's going to be a lot of people that want to get into Disney, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm afraid that we're going to get like, it's going to be beyond what I see even when we're there on spring break, you know?
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely. It's going to be a man out.
And I'm
Look at
hoping
October.
hostile visitors because
Oh,
my trip was canceled twice because of COVID, and I'm here and I deserve to get this and I deserve to get that. You know what I mean? Like the pushing parade people, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But look at October, September, October were nuts. That's when they hit capacity. They didn't hit capacity over Thanksgiving. They didn't hit capacity over Christmas. They didn't hit capacity over New Year's. They hit capacity in that September, October timeframe.
Yeah.
Because everybody kept pushing it, and they finally locked in. Like we're not gonna. We went from March to April to May to June, July, or to June, and then they finally opened in July. I said, no, we're already booked for October. It'll be safe by then. Well, nobody canceled in October, and it was nuts.
Right.
We were good.
Nuts.
We were good. So when we went that Monday, whatever that first Monday in November was. We were good. That whole week we had 4-day passes because they didn't have the hopper, and we were good. I mean, I'm walking through Magic Kingdom at 4:30, 5 o'clock at night, and it's empty.
Yeah.
It was like there was nobody around.
Everybody.
And then Epcot. Oh my God! I was like,
oh yeah.
The longest wait was Fast Track, Test Track. The longest. That was it. Everything else, I mean, like you're walking around like, where is everybody?
You go during the week right now. You go
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. That's when you're probably at throwing out just an observation when I was there. Maybe 15% Monday through Friday. We hit the weekend and maybe you were at like 20-25%.
Yeah, our biggest mistake was going. I forgot about Magic Mondays. So when we did Magic Kingdom on Monday for the first part. And I was like, I shouldn't have done Magic Monday because everybody goes to Magic Kingdom on Mondays for whatever reason it is.
Yep.
I was like, why did I go here? But it was still empty. I mean, like I said, we got on all these rides quick. We walked on Space Mountain. We walked on Buzz Lightyear. We walked on the go-karts. The biggest rides were Mine Train. And Big Thunder Mountain. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty much dead.
Saturdays and Mondays. Saturdays and Mondays, you do not go to Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Those are the 2 days you do not go to Magic Kingdom. Saturdays and Mondays.
From their trips, right? And they want to hit Magic Kingdom. All your Orlando people go on a Saturday. Right.
AP pass holders are there on Saturday. That's where they want to go. That's where everybody that says, "Hey, we're going to go for one day, we'll buy a ticket." We go Saturday. That's what they do.
Yeah,
they don't.
Crowd calendars really don't lie. I follow them.
They're actually really good.
Plans is another good one. We had the guy who created Touring Plans, and now that's Disney. But Kenny the Pirate is another one. I mean, you can get on there and look at their crowd calendar for free. And I always plan our trips around the crowd calendar, and it never steers us wrong.
Yeah, I mean the Animal Kingdom, the Pandora was the crowdest. It was the most crowded, the busiest place. That had the most. I mean, I'm walking through Africa. I'm walking through Everest. I'm walking through Dinoland. I'm walking through the front. I mean, it's like empty. Everybody came in and went right to Pandora.
God, and Pandora was dead for us. Dead.
Yeah, I wish it was dead for when we were there. I mean, look, the line said 60 minutes, but we only waited probably 40.
That's about right.
And we had the we didn't have that was for Rise. For the Navi River and for Flight of Passage, I think we waited 40 minutes for each ride.
Oh wow!
But the lines were like when I tell you,
and you throw 6 feet between you and everybody else. I saw a picture on I can't remember what Inside Disney, maybe Facebook or something like that, but they had people in the queue for Flight of Passage all the way in the Lion King show.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
they
that.
had inside the thing, they had like everybody looped around and they made their way back out. And I'm like,
Yeah, it wraps all the way.
oh my
The way
God,
they do
that's
it
forever.
wraps
That's a
all-
mile and a half away. But they're like, yeah, we waited 30 minutes. I was like,
Yeah, they move it
Yeah.
pretty quick.
I
Yeah,
remember
they
being like outside of the queue for what was it? Toy Story, the roller coaster, Slinky Dog.
Yeah.
And we were a ways out. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, maybe 30, 35 minutes. So that's what it was, dead on.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was, and
Did
by
you get
now they know all where everybody's at and the queues and everything else.
So in Hollywood Studios, did you get on? Was everything open there for you? Did you get on Rise and the train?
Everything was open. Yeah, we waited 25 minutes. We rope dropped Mine Train, and while we were in Mine Train, we got in the queue for Rise of Resistance. Granted, it took us our third time to go through Rise of Resistance because it kept breaking down, and we kept getting not the fast passes, but the readmittance passes. So
We stood with it, so it broke down in while we were inside the line,
yep,
and we were there for an hour.
we thank
Archie.
God. I think Ava had to go to the bathroom, and we waited 45 minutes. And he was like, I'm like, hey, we have one that has to go to the bathroom. Can we come back? And she's like, oh, we're not supposed to, but yeah, all right, we'll let you do it. Well, the next time we got back in the line because it was open, we got through the line and we had a dinner reservation, and 30 minutes it went down. And we're like, we got a dinner reservation. We got to go. All right, here's a pass. And we came back through and we finally got on. So
Yeah.
we got lucky with those two things. Otherwise, they weren't going to let you leave.
Yeah, it's a very intricate ride.
Well, here's this talking and speaking with some of the people that were running the ride. They're like, Disney opened it too quick. They have a lot of issues with that in Hollywood Studios, but the one that's in California, they have no issues with.
No issues.
However, they're saying they can't figure out what is wrong with the one at Hollywood Studios.
Katie.
Hi, Katie. But in Disneyland, they have it down. It's worked hard. There's no issues.
Again, top Imagineers, and these guys can build so many things, and it's certain things that just fluster them.
Yeah.
Scott, do you want me to show that video that you sent earlier of Rise?
Yeah.
With your,
If you want to show it.
Yeah, hold on
Good,
one second.
yeah.
This ship is now under the command of the first order. Once you exit, you will proceed towards the hallway on your right, where you will be interrogated. If your unit has been split up, you may be your night outside of the ship. Now get out. Hold on. You're all in very big trouble.
You guys got it?
Where's Peyton?
Right here, I got her. All right, now where? Units together.
This is so cool. Yeah, that was
God,
a great-
Rod,
I want to
I
go
haven't
back.
heard-
It was so exciting. Our kids loved it.
yeah,
Out
that,
of
that,
a 5 and a 7 and a 4-year-old.
I was hoping that they were going to have more. It was going to be more interactive with live characters. Like when you were in the jail,
Mhm.
and up top when you look up and it's like it's a screen, and you're looking at you're not looking at the stormtroopers as it's just a screen. I was hoping that they were going to have real stormtroopers, that it was going to be a completely interactive ride with live characters versus looking at a video screen.
No, I
But
hear you on that one.
it's still an amazing ride.
Oh,
that
yeah.
big room is a screen. That's what that is.
So what you just saw there, all the stormtroopers that were set up were just statues.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and it was a video screen behind it showing the fleet and the fighters and so on and so forth. But when I have another video that is too long that I couldn't send you, where when you first come in and you talk to Ray tells you, you got to help everybody, blah 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 blah, and then they go through, and then you get locked up, and they put you in a jail cell. When you look up,
It's a screen.
it's a screen with stormtroopers guarding you before what's his name? What's the guy?
Good or bad?
Bad.
Bad.
Right? Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Kylo Ren. So he comes out and he talks to you. So I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, it'd been really cool to have like actually like stormtrooper, like even if Kylo Ren was like in the screen, but stormtroopers like kind of come out on a catwalk right above you. I mean, just to kind of that interaction would have been really cool.
Oh, you built it.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is the Kylo Ren. This is the Kylo Ren fighter thing. So this thing opens up.
Is that Legos?
Yeah, it's Legos.
Man.
So it's really cool. This was our family Christmas present that we were all supposed to like work on together.
And you just did it by yourself.
Well, the kids, they would work on it for a few minutes and then they get bored.
Man.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is he
yeah,
inside Kylo Ren?
yeah, there's two little dudes in there. See?
Two little. Oh, they are. Look at that.
Who's in there with him though?
You got Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I want to know who rides with him. Is it Vader or like who are we talking about? I want to know who's in there.
Hold on.
That's just like a random, like that's like somebody from like the little people that I have for my girls. It's just somebody. Oh, there we go.
That's Kylo Ren.
Yep.
And so we call him.
And I have no idea who that dude is.
That looks like Chewbacca.
Man, why is he in there with him?
That's just like victim of circumstance.
That was a good Chewbacca.
Thanks, man. That was a Wookiee right there. I did
Yeah,
it.
that was a good Chewbacca there. That was pretty good. That's big, right? Yeah, Kate, that is big. Yes.
It is, yeah.
But no, this was fun to put together. It took a little bit.
Yeah, duly noted on that thing. You got to put that like in a case or something.
Nice. Guys,
Man.
good leg.
That was pretty good.
I have nothing to build.
But anyway, I mean, it was a great ride. It was a great ride, and I would tell everybody if you can go on it, get on it.
Yes. Same thing with Mine Train.
There's a lot of issues with the queue in the morning when because they don't want people showing up at the park. So you got to use the queue on your phone through the app.
Now that's different. Yeah, now you can do it from anywhere on property. You don't have to be in the park.
Yeah. So the best part about that is we were in the line for Runaway Railway, and it came that time, and everybody like literally you saw everybody with their phones out refreshing, and then you got it, and you watched people the whole line, like the whole park just cheered. And the people in front of us, like, we got to go. We got to get a line. Or we're next up. Like we're in the first tier, and we got 8th or 9th, whatever. We were really close. So it was super funny to watch everybody cheer. And then like some guy got really mad. And he throws his phone down on the ground, and like we're like, oh man, like that, and you hear like his wife's yelling at him. You're like, we've been trying for how many days in a row to get this, and it didn't happen. I'm like, oh my god, like, just a ride.
You can't build your trip around it.
When it went to your phone, when it actually went live on their phone, that was the week that we were there, that Tuesday. I mean, I had my wife's phone set up. I had my phone. Cheers, guys. And I'm sitting there, and right at 7:00, I'm like, I'm going, and it said my wife wasn't part of the party.
Oh.
I'm like, what? She is part of the party. They had so many issues, but as soon as we got into the park, I went to the customer service. The line was ridiculous. So everybody had a lot of issues with it, but thank God they said, you can see it. we'll take care of you, and we'll get you a queue. So they got us a time. Otherwise,
that's cool.
yeah, because that was the whole reason why we went there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to go on Rise.
I will still say, like, it's so cool to know we got to ride Slinky Dog, which is brand new to us, Runaway Railway, which was brand new to us, Rise of Resistance, which was brand new to us. Lisa and I got lucky to ride when we went out to Disneyland the year before. We got to ride Smuggler's Run, but then we got to ride that again. I mean, we got to ride so many new rides in one park that people, I mean, that's people like they flock there just for one new ride being open, and we got to do all three. I mean, that's huge for us.
I'm excited to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
And if you can, you got to do it more than once, especially I mean, we should have got back in line again because the line was only about 30 minutes. We should have got back in line and just sat in a different seat, because every time you sit in a different seat, you get a different view.
Right.
Of what's going on. And it's so much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard.
So much being thrown at you that if you can, you watch it, like you go again and you can actually slow down and be like, all right, I saw that. Now what? You know?
Yeah.
And John, Big Fat Panda, said the same thing. Like, you got to sit in a different spot and just like absorb everything that's been happening, because it's such a fast ride. You don't think it's that fast, but it's fast.
It's moving.
It's moving.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that. We have a lot to look forward to. I really hope we get to go in March.
So when you're all right, so you guys are planning for spring break again, right?
We're planning, but yeah. So here's the deal: is if schools are open and Kim's got to be in person teaching, then she has to quarantine when we get home. We won't be able to.
Really? Yeah. Well, all right. So I guess that's a state thing. Ours is not as bad.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, some schools here are deciding to start closing down again.
Oh,
we're continuing hybrid programs, some till March 1st, some until April, but we go late March. So if we go to Disney late March and come back beginning of April, and Kim is not hybrid, then she can't quarantine for whatever the school says she has to quarantine for at home. We can't. I've got to actually stop the points to Scott Ferrioli's company. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah.
Hey, I heard when I just ran in the other room, but I had my headphones on so I could hear you guys. So the same with the train ride, it's the same thing for Rise of the Resistance. It's a completely different ride if you get on a different cart.
Correct. Right? Yeah.
So, and I think that's the same thing for Ratatouille. I think it's the same platform as well.
Yes.
Trackless. Like 2.5D or whatever they're calling it.
Yep. It's like you get a different experience every ride cart, or kind of like when you were going to what was the what's the other one? The other Star Tours. You can get a different if you get in a different one, you usually get a different show.
You get a rewritability. The thing about Star Tours is, and Kim mentioned this not that long ago, she said, so when does Star Tours start to introduce Mandalorian to their flights, you know?
Well, and I can't remember. We were in one of them, and it said we landed in Batuu.
Right.
So I was kind of like, holy cow! Like, this is like they really did some work on it already, because we landed like, oh, now welcome to the new land of Batuu we just found. I was like, this is so cool.
Guys
what?
Working on Mandalorian really have done their research, and that's why they bring in, what is it, Dave Filoni from like Rebels and stuff like that, because they really tied in the whole storyboard. And you know what else I saw? They're possibly going to be introducing Mandalorian characters into Galaxy's Edge.
Really?
Yeah. So there's some stuff out there about that.
So I should start watching Mandalorian, is what you're saying?
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
I don't want other dads out there to know. Not a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah, but Mandalorian is Mandalorian. You don't need Star Wars.
So we started. My daughter and I. We started watching Star Wars. I think we got through like 2 shows. Like, we weren't sure where to start, so we just started at 1. So we were like, maybe I should start watching Mandalorian.
Season 1 started and stop.
Google's your friend. Just look up on Google how to watch the Star Wars series.
And that's what we did. That's like, we followed one path. There's like 10 different ways to watch them. We followed this one. We're just going with that one. And
Craig Skaggs, Craig Skaggs, the
God, he's so good.
Artist says you need to watch Mandalorian.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
watch
Mandalorian,
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian is incredible. They did it is so well done.
Yeah. It's out of control, Chris. And you really truly don't need to be a Star Wars buff to watch it and get into it.
There
It's
we
that
go.
good. It's that good.
Okay.
You'll probably like the Mandalorian more than you will like the Star Wars.
See, I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say like, I watch all the Star Wars. They're all right, and they're like, but the Mandalorian. Oh my God.
Right. That's my
Totally
opinion too. So I enjoyed the first 3 movies I saw, which are supposed to be 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, Katie,
Yep.
I agree with you. Katie, I think
liked
we
it.
all agree with you, Katie.
Right. I mean, Mandalorian is better. It's the best thing they put out to me, in my opinion, Star Wars related, other than Rogue One. Rogue One was amazing. And we are still yet to watch Rebels, like the animated series, Clone Wars, that kind of stuff. But Mandalorian's out of control.
That's
The
good.
only reason I wanted to see Star Wars because I wanted to date Princess Leia.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
back then when I was a kid, I mean, Princess Leia was like, oh my gosh, beautiful.
Yeah,
This is
man.
a goddess. This
When
was a
she's
goddess.
sitting aside of Jabba the Hutt in that outfit,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
kid, jaw dropped. Yeah,
Yeah, you just kind of went like this, like, oh my gosh,
she's
wow.
a real princess.
Yeah, but other than I like the Star Wars series, but I'm with Mandalorian is a very, very well done series.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah, and you're gonna want to tune into it because they're branching off to all these other Disney Plus series that are going to be amazing. So yeah, the Rogue One was amazing. Yeah, Chris, have you seen Rogue One? No. Oh my God, it's great. So
I feel so embarrassed right now.
no, so in the timeline of Star Wars, Rogue One is the episode in which they get the secret how to shoot out the Death Star. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you'll watch Rogue One and you won't see any of the characters you'll see in any of the other Star Wars movies. But the movie is amazing. Just the story is amazing and the way it goes. I loved it. I really enjoyed it a lot. I can rewatch it over and over again. So
Chris, did you see Old Yeller?
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
yeah, we're good on that. We're good on that one. I cried. I mean, everybody should have. If you didn't cry, I want to check your humanity there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got your man card back. Don't worry.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, when I it's all about. So a long time ago, Lisa got me into the Treasures series.
was that in the galaxy far, far away?
No, but it's all it's classic Disney cartoons, and that's
yeah.
where that when I picked that's where I went. I went with the Treasure DVD sets of
Right.
Donald Duck and the World War II cartoons. So those are the things that I'll sit down and I watch. That's my Disney fix, and there's just something about Star Wars. As a kid, I played with Legos. I didn't watch TV. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, introduce your girls to Grogu, and they'll go insane. Yeah, I know the Book of Boba Fett looks insane. That too. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of Star Wars talk going on.
Did you see Pirates of the Caribbean?
I watched all I watched all that. That's my jam. I can totally get into that.
That's what I love too, and I'm just
The Pirates movies, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the Pirates movies.
I don't know if my daughter, my 13-year-old, is ready for that yet.
Right.
I won't. Yeah, that's I have a 7-year-old. I don't like. I'm like, we'll go on the ride, but there's no pirate movie going on there.
Have you guys seen Johnny Depp on video drunk, like in real life? Because that's basically Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's what I hear. I hear that. Yeah, he's got some issues going on there.
What was that? I got to look it up.
Johnny Depp
Yeah,
drunk.
Johnny
Just Google
Depp,
that.
So he's going through this whole thing with Amber Heard, his ex-wife or whatever, about right. So you can see some clips and stuff. He basically is the pirate. He really is the drunken. Yeah. He's pouring wine at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, he went through an $8,000 a day wine budget or something like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
So they were when he was going to file for bankruptcy because and all the things that he had was his multi-million-dollar wine collection he was going to start selling off. I mean,
Meanwhile, I feel bad that I polished off like almost a whole bottle of Grey Goose.
you were good. You were well under the radar on that one. You're
I
fine.
got like this much left in the bottle. I'm like, glad
you
my
don't
wife
need to watch. Just watch the John.
Depp in the other room.
Yeah, you just got. You got Johnny Depp. He's got he'd wake up to a glass of wine. He'd go to bed to a glass of wine. I mean,
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That-
Guinness.
Well, I know he's nuts. Who's that? Oh,
That's Jawa.
there's no
Jabba.
face on him.
Jabba.
I see the eyes. There they are. I'm trying to figure out what do I got here. I don't.
I got a lot of guys on my desk. A lot of things going on. I also have this. Chris, I don't know if you know who this is because you don't watch The Mandalorian. So
I have no. I found this.
She's an MMA.
This is what I got. This is what I deal with.
it's Carrie Dunn.
Yeah, Karen. Do you know she's an MMA?
Tina
an
Carano.
MMA?
She hasn't returned to the octagon, but so the character Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, she was an MMA MMA fighter.
I just watched a movie with the guy from Taken, Liam Neeson.
Liam
Neeson. I just watched a movie the other night that she was in with Liam Neeson.
She's also in Deadpool 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, what's that?
Oh, this is actually really cool. This is a coin
Oh.
from chief of Iraq, like the fire chief of Iraq. I got a coin from him
Holy
when I
cow.
was there.
That's awesome. What
Yeah.
branch of the service were you in?
I was in the Army. So when I was in Iraq, I was in E5 and I was in charge of emergency services advisor for Baghdad. So,
Very nice. My brother-in-law just retired. He's a first-star general.
oh, dang. I was in E6. So,
He was actually so the first Iraqi war. He wrote, I guess, the thesis on how they were going to get all the supplies from America over to Iraq and staged.
dang.
So yeah, he's pretty smart. Can't stand him. I mean, I
Yeah.
love him. Can't stand him. He's
His
yeah.
brain thinks in different levels of somebody else.
yeah. but
Bowser's haven't
he's
seen
so
Mandalorian yet either. I take back everything I said about JB Bowser earlier.
John's still hired, though.
Come on, John.
John, it's okay. It's John. Donald Duck. Was
You
one
live
of
for Chris. You guys need to get together and watch The Mandalorian. Let's go.
Donald is right, and he is actually right about this. Being enlisted during World War II and being discharged in 1984.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Here's
here's my dream for the family. We're planning to go hopefully to Alani in 2022.
Ooh, beautiful. Love
And
it.
the only thing I want to do is I want to be able to sit on the beach with their outdoor theater and watch Moana in Hawaii
You could do it.
with the kids.
So when we went there, our 10-year anniversary. So yeah, it was 2019. We flew out there and we went there.
To Alani?
Yep, we went to Alani. No, that was our 5-year. We did 5-year anniversary. So that was 2014. We went out there. So 2014, flew out there. Alani, beautiful. When we got the tour of Alani and everything else, and one of the tour guides, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but there's a Polynesian princess coming cartoon, a movie, and that's when we found out about Moana. So that was really, really cool. Love you have to rent a car. Beautiful island. You don't need to leave the resort if you don't want to, because they have everything. Snorkel gear, snorkel in there. We saw more fish snorkeling in their cove than we went to Harama Bay to actually go snorkeling.
Now, do they have the netting?
They have a netting on the far side, so only fish come in, not sharks and everything else. But then they actually have their own lagoon inside their resort that you can snorkel in.
Yeah.
But we actually had more fun out in the ocean snorkeling.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to tell people when they would ask, Castaway Cay. That's the highlight of the whole cruise. When everybody goes to Castaway Cay, that when you can snorkel all around, everybody you're going to get eaten by sharks. I'm like, well, number one, they're small sharks. They're not big. But I said, it's all fenced in. I'm like, it's all netted. I'm like, there's no sharks getting in there. I said, you got sea turtles, you got all the fish all around. So, I mean, they do a great job. So I kind of figured in Hawaii, they would probably do the same thing. Disney's not going to take a chance of someone getting eaten by a shark.
No, and the nice part about the cove is there's a break in there. So they have a cove and they put a break in there. I mean, we didn't swim all the way out to where the cove began, but it is so every single beach in Hawaii is public property. So you can walk, doesn't matter. You can walk, you can get to anywhere. There might be private property where you can't get to the beach from there, but there's always public access and you can walk the whole beach. So I don't know if they've actually netted off that area because it's part of the ocean. The waves do come in. But it's beautiful. We had a blast out there. We had more fun there than we did at the actual like snorkeling mecca on Oahu.
Did you get to go to like Pearl Harbor and all that stuff?
Yep.
So that's what I was like, because I mean, my thing is I want to have a vacation, but I also want to see part of the island.
No, and like that was a nice part too, is we booked a lot of stuff. So I got to go to Hawaii when I was 18. So I did a lot of stuff there and I kind of figured things out. And then through the military, we did a lot of our passes. So I called up a travel agent that was there, or MWR, and she told me everything to do, get there early, buy your tickets. We got to go on a separate part of the base to get there even faster. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, it's amazing. The whole island's awesome. We had more fun actually eating at a resort, like, and then walking across the street to another place that just had live music and like good, like small meals, like little tapas, good, it's good food. That we did actually driving into. We went to Waikiki just to walk around and see stuff. And we saw a couple of the movie sets going on. Hawaii Five-0 was there. And so we did that for the day, one of the afternoons. And
I thought I saw you walking down the street while I was there. I'm like,
I was just there. I was like, I got to be in the movie,
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, I can't wait to. I really can't wait to go to Aulani and just be able to chill out in the lazy river.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the best part too is you rent some points to go there. Somebody else's points to go there, and it's super cheap.
That's what we're gonna have to look at. I mean, my thing is I can't get a Disney DVC because I have the camper.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me because I have my own house. So.
And that was our like contemplation. Do we buy a camper or do we keep what we have? But we do both and we make it work and we love it.
That's good, man.
Well, being a paid firefighter, you get a lot of time off.
A little bit, yeah. We get a little bit. If I take one day, I take 24 hours off. I have 5 days off, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I take 2 days. I get 8 days off.
Wow.
So that's the good thing. So for us, Colleen and I, we could probably do about 5 weeks of vacation a year, which is it's a lot between holidays and regular vacation time, but all our stuff is spoken for with the camper. Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, awesome. 2 weeks in Maine, and then we usually do a cruise or Disney. So
Katie, have you ever met up with Donald and Marie over at Disney? Because you guys live very close to Disney. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
Yeah.
I do want to take the camper down 1 year and stay at Fort Wilderness with the camper. I think that's just something I want to do.
You got to let me know when, because we'll make sure that we'll book the same time.
Oh, I like that. But I still think there's got to be like a Disney dad's show that somehow ends up at
I wanted to
like a guy's trip, like just
right.
We all throw in some money, rent some points, and get a 1 bedroom. And
I'm glad I had headphones on. So
yeah.
Katie, you need to know Donald and Marie. So Donald is watching right now, and him and his wife live very close to Disney, and they're there all the time. And not only that, but Donald is very close friends with Santa Claus. He's a
very, very, very close.
Yeah. So he's also very close friends with our big fat panda friend, John Sakari. So
nice guy.
Did you say you stayed at beaches?
We stayed at Beach Club. Yes.
Oh my God. So this was the first year while we were there. We ate at Beaches.
Peaches and cream.
Oh my God, we got.
I won't be able to fit my shirt, my daughter's shirt. I won't fit in there if I eat there.
Hey, well, look, guns out, sun's out. You know. So we had. They had this shake that was insane. It was a pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Because it was a pumpkin pie, vanilla shake or whatever thing. Full slice of pumpkin pie on top,
yep.
and then the whole shake. I was like,
Yeah,
so
I've seen some of those shakes before. RJ's posted.
RJ just had one. I mean, it's
Yeah, like they're insane. There's
Yeah.
like a whole thing of dessert inside of
God, I want to go back. We only stayed one night because we had points left over, and I just was scouring the internet, and I was like, hey, we can go for 14 points, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. We had just enough points for one night before we started our like 7 days at Bay Lake or whatever it was. So it just it worked out perfect.
You can't sleep on that area. It's amazing over there.
No, and we just stayed at we did Boardwalk,
Right.
and that was amazing. Like that was absolutely amazing. Yeah, right there.
Look at that thing.
Oh my God, that is a pumpkin pie on there. There's more whipped cream than pie. That's my kind of guy.
I like.
I'm like,
Oh, I need some.
so this fed my
dessert.
wife, myself, and myself, and my other daughter. My one daughter, my youngest one, says, "I want coffee ice cream."
Oh, happy birthday, Donald! Belated, right? Because you guys were just the no way Jose for your birthday, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
My favorite. Oh, it looks so good. And I think that area is just awesome. Being able to walk right into Epcot. I mean, now you've got the Skyway Skyliner.
Gondolas, right? Yeah.
Gondolas, the Skyliners.
Skyway makes me mad. The Skyway makes me mad only for the fact that if you want to go from Epcot to Hollywood Studios, I mean, like you can literally walk to Hollywood Studios when you're out of there, but with the Skyliner, you're going 3 miles out this way, 10 miles back this way.
We did it. We were like, hey, you know what? We're leaving Hollywood Studios. Let's just take the gondola back. Let's see what it's all about. Well, we would have been better off just walking because it took us like 45 minutes to get from Hollywood Studios back to Epcot. And we sort of walk from Epcot all the way back to our hotel versus we would have just taken the path. We would have been much better off. But we still got to get off and do the get off one, go to the other one. And it was more of the experience of doing it.
It's an experience. Yeah, I'm looking forward to riding it. Just to see what it's all about.
Look, if you're not trying to get to the park, it's a great ride.
Right.
I mean, this last time we were there, we went just ride it because the park was empty. We did everything. Everything at Epcot was empty, so we did everything. And I'm like, well, let's.
It's like get on the monorail at Epcot and just ride around.
Yeah.
The monorail. Yeah.
So what is it stops at the stops at Pop Century / Coronado, right?
I don't even know the hotel.
And the Coronado resort that they built. What is that? The Riviera. So there's two of them.
Yeah, it's like a Coronado Springs, but it's like their tower.
Right. Right. So they built the other resort on the property with Coronado, and I always get confused between the Riviera and the other one they built.
Yeah, they look identical. They look like when you look at both towers, you're kind of like, I don't know
I know.
Yeah.
So I know one's DVC, one is not. The one on
Coronado is not.
Right. The one over that they built on the
Lake
Caribbean Beach Resort area is
Caribbean Beach. That's right.
So
it's not Coronado, it's Caribbean Beach. Sorry.
Well, so the other one is on Coronado. So I get confused. There's Topolino's, right?
But that's on Riviera. That's the top of Riviera, right? Topolino's restaurant.
I get so confused.
I do too.
There's two resorts and I can't remember the names of them.
Where's John? We need John. John, where you at? John Bowser.
Yeah.
Bowser.
Where's JB? Yeah.
JB.
Just
to write it. Yep.
What the Disney Caribbean Beach Resort. So
Right, and they built the DVC resort on their property. So there's the Riviera, and then there is the other one that they opened earlier than the Riviera. Excuse me. With that's the resort that they did after the movie that Walt did with Dalai Lama or something like that.
So it goes to the Disney Riviera Resort, the Caribbean Beach Resort, and I think you can get to
Grand Destino.
You can get to Pop Century.
Tower.
Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs.
Bam. Right. Yeah, one of them is made after the movie or the whatever Walt did with Dali or whatever, the Salvador Dali, the artist.
Yep.
That whole resort, Grand Destino, I think it is. Yeah.
Yep. Grand. It's not even the Grand. It's Grand. No D.
They didn't have the D.
Yeah, it's not Grand Destino. It's just Grand.
I'm going to call it Grand.
Grand. The
Grand. Nice. Well.
So okay. The Skyliner goes to Epcot, Coronado Springs, Pop Century / that whole area, because I think you can get Pop Century and Art of Animation, and then it goes to. Isn't there like a transfer station?
It goes to. It has that 90-degree. Well, the 90-degree turn is when you leave Epcot, and then there's like a 90-degree turn that brings you, I think, to the Caribbean Beach Resort.
Yeah.
And then it sends you over to Disney Riviera Resort. And then you have, I don't know where Pop Century and Animation, Art of Animation come in.
There's one right in front of Hollywood Studios.
There it is.
Yeah.
So it goes from Art of Animation and Pop Century into Disney Caribbean Beach Resort. And Disney Caribbean Beach Resort is the drop-off point. That's the hub, because it goes from Hollywood Studios right into Disney Caribbean Beach Resort. So that's where all the hub stuff is, and you can catch it from there to go to the Riviera and then to Epcot.
Transfer station.
Yep, transfer stations at Disney Caribbean Beach Resort.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's all very.
I liked it. It was really cool.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was just to slow it down. Listen, so Chris, when you were there in July,
yes,
I say this to everybody because when we were there, it was empty. You saw so much more detail on things that you never ever saw before.
If you can go now, go. If you're willing to go now, go. So, and the biggest thing is, I remember talking about it, and I did some video of it. Was walking through Hollywood Studios, Andy's backyard, Toy Story Land, and getting to hear the characters, the giant characters, when you look up, and getting to hear them talking to each other. And here's my friend Rex, and like you get to hear Rex talk, and then you get to hear what's her name?
Andy.
Jesse.
Jesse. You get to hear Jesse talk, and then you hear Andy talk, and then you hear Buzz talk, and you're like, it was so cool to actually, you don't hear the crowd, you actually get to hear the ambiance around you.
Right. Yeah.
That was key.
I mean, even for me, like when we were in Animal Kingdom, to see the tree of life.
Oh yeah.
Like to see all the detail, not just on the tree, but around the tree was amazing. And walking through like Everest and Africa and everything where there's nobody.
You weren't rushed.
There's nobody in your way.
Yeah.
You can see, you're not worrying about, all right, who's going to steal my kid? Not that we don't want them to steal our kid at some point, but, it's like, yeah, exactly. But you're able to see everything, even Magic Kingdom. I saw stuff that I've never seen before at Magic Kingdom that I was like, oh my God, like, how did I miss this?
I went and sat down at Sleepy Hollow, and I ate a warm waffle with cold fruit and whipped
I know.
cream
I
and
was
some
face
chocolate on that and some Nutella. Oh my God, that thing was amazing.
I was sending you questions then.
You
when
were.
doing
You were.
that.
Oh my
That-
gosh, it was, and it's one of David's like things. Like he's like, why would I want a warm waffle with warm fruit? But the fruit was cold, so it was better.
That
But
is
it
the
was
best,
so good.
that was one of the best treats to
Separately
give the
from
kids.
everything else.
I've never just sat down and had a snack like that before because
Yeah.
we did everything we wanted to do.
I
Have you
want.
done it, Dave?
What's that?
He wants
Have
a
you
chicken
done that?
sandwich.
Yeah, I want the chicken sandwich. I won't eat fruit on a waffle with chocolate syrup.
Huh?
Yeah, I
I
just
know.
want fruit.
That's what I said
Having
too.
fruit, I don't want it in Jello. I don't want it in cake. I don't want to put into anything else. I just want a piece of fruit.
Oh my God, Dave, you have no idea what you're missing.
I don't want.
It was like the best.
Guys Trip are doing it. We're forcing him to eat it.
Put fruit.
Yeah.
I have to be very drunk to eat this because don't put fruit on my cake. Don't try and introduce me to fruit and anything else other
So
than
we'll do it to be our guest for lunch so we can drink, and then we'll go have the fruit waffle for
yeah.
And then we're gonna end up in Cinderella's castle for dinner.
whatever.
Here you go.
Game on.
Game on. Oh my God.
Until next time.
Anyway,
So
That's what
yeah,
I got.
listen. We have to do shows more often because they're fun and we love to talk about Disney.
We do.
You know? Yeah. So
yeah, this was a great time.
it's just a
And,
start, you know. Yeah.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, people may get bored with what we're talking about, and they may not. But you know, at the end of the day, it's
I didn't
really,
get bored.
No, we didn't get bored. It's more about just fun and getting
Right.
people. And look, if we can add more people
Yeah.
and make
Oh,
it
yeah.
more like a Zoom call, and everybody can get a cocktail, and they can talk about their
We
experiences.
bring people in. We can talk different
Yeah.
topics. We can have people on. We can, yeah, exactly.
Look,
John
tell
Bowser's in.
There you
Tell
go.
us, yeah, exactly. Tell us what you do. Let us know and ask us questions. Like, what do you do? Or tell us, like, hey, what do you find the best thing, the best way to get around the parks?
Right, because
What-
everybody has their ideas, right? And yeah.
You know,
What'd you say?
for the next show, I want to talk about.
Wanna say hi? Hold on, my little one says
Oh.
say hi.
Hi,
Hi.
little one.
Hi, little one.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What do you got? A blanket? What is that?
Nothing.
My shirt?
No.
Come on, let's see it.
All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Bye, sweet. I'll be up in a second.
Disconnect my Bluetooth.
I will.
Now.
She's mad that I'm using her headphones.
Oh, that's what it is. There it is.
The difference is I paid for them.
Next show, we got to talk about strollers.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
Because I'm still in the stroller phase, and the next time I go, I may not be in stroller phase. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the crap I want to bring.
Yeah.
The cooler, the Krabby
Wait,
Kid.
how old are your kids?
I got 5 and 7. So next time we go, they'll be 7 and 9.
So what? Wait, so you use the stroller still at 5?
Well, so actually, sorry, she's 4 now. So when we went, she was 4.
Okay,
Perfect
yeah.
age. So like when
Yeah.
she goes, she'll be 6.
Yeah, man. Concat.
Yeah, But she doesn't need the stroller. I need the stroller for the cooler, for
Right,
all the fans.
You
for
got to
my
join the
bottle of
backpacks.
water. I
So
mean,
after
yeah.
the stroller comes double backpacks. Kim has one. I have one, and I'm looking forward to the day where we can go backpack free.
See,
So that was us. That was
Yeah.
us this time, except for my wife's purse. My wife had a backpack.
it's a backpack purse.
Yeah, well, that's what
The
it was.
Yeti bag goes, Kadoosh, we're bringing this to the park.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So
All right.
she had
So
the one
next show, we're talking about bags or strollers. What are we packing? Bags and strollers.
Yeah. And because you know how, like, when you have children and you go through, like, all right, I'm out of the diaper phase, I'm out of the formula phase, I'm
Yeah.
out of, like, these phases. There's the phases of Disney.
Yeah, and we got to talk about that. We got to
Yeah.
go.
We left the stroller phase behind, but now we need to get through to the. Do we need to carry backpacks? Like Colton has a lot of needs. You know, I want to get into a park and go through security like easy breezy 1, 2, 3 Z. I don't want to have 2 backpack search for, like, you know, stuff.
Yeah.
So the
So we got
back,
topics already.
the backpacks, height is really important.
Depth.
Yeah.
If you're not, no, well, I'm talking about kid height.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you're not 41 inches, you shouldn't go to Disney.
I'm at home.
Yeah, because 41 inches is like, that's where you can do most of the rides. You're not going to get on all of them, but you
Yep.
can do most of the rides.
Yep. We got lucky at 42 inches. Ava was 42
Yeah.
inches. We got lucky.
Hey, we had to put diapers in Peyton's shoes to give her that half inch.
Smart.
Yeah, we had Colton stand on his tippy toes for Triceratops spin the first time.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got backpacks, heights.
Pipes, I don't care.
Backpack wipes.
Whatever it is.
Bagpipes.
I drink
Yeah.
any more Guinness, I'm going to be blowing into bagpipes tonight.
There we go. Yeah, we got.
This was the gifts that we bought Mackenzie.
There we go.
So very
Those are-
nice.
that's like $80 too. Those aren't cheap. We almost bought one for Addie.
Let me tell you, they are very, very well constructed. It's a really nice piece of a backpack.
They look good. We almost bought one for Addie just so she can carry her own crap.
Right.
Yeah. But looking forward to the next show.
Love
Yeah,
it.
man. Thanks. I had fun.
I did. I had a blast.
I had fun and the vodka went down real smooth.
Yeah.
Sam Adams is gone. Drink all
Yeah.
that.
And the best part is I still have my Disney dollars.
There we
I
go.
didn't-
Yeah, you didn't lose any of those there.
Spending
was-
time tonight.
Well, hopefully everybody tunes in next time. I appreciate it. And, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for checking out Now That's Disney Dads. We have the page, we have the group, we have the YouTube channel. Maybe one day we'll get away from the page. We'll see. But
We'll see.
The group.
If anybody has any topics that they want to ask us about or talk about, and they want to come on, we'll have them on.
Yeah,
Right.
bring it.
Like this is all for fun. This is not in any way, shape, or form we're not going to be the next YouTube stars. This is about just having
As
a
much
great
as I
time.
want you to be.
I like it, Donald.
Nah, yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll talk to you all soon. Stay
Everybody get a
deep.
Mickey bar. Get yourself a Mickey bar.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make myself a num num cookie.
There we go.
I'm gonna
like
take
that.
it after this.
I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow. That's my day.
Yeah, go save the world.
We'll talk to
No,
you guys later.
Same way. When that pager goes off at 1:00 in the morning, getting
Listen.
dressed.
yeah. I roll over. I'm like, here we go again.